Gaming is cooked, bruh. Gaming is so cooked. When you have stuff like this happening, hey, bro, let me turn this up.
I feel disgusted by it. It is disgusting. So, a few weeks ago, I was contacted by a group of game developers at Rockstar North here in Edinburgh. They wanted to talk.
So it's called Rockstar North, right? I called it Rockstar England, whatever, whatever, whatever. It's Rockstar North. Rockstar North has been having some issues with a Discord server in which they actually have had some of their employees leak information inadvertently to a union in which that wants to kind of infiltrate Rockstar and get people their pay, their rightly deserved pay that they feel like they deserve. I'm not on either side of this. I don't know enough about what the union's actually doing to give you an informed decision on whether they're being nefarious or actually trying to help the people. I don't know that aspect. But what I will say is that this video was compelling to me because they had literally a Discord server for Rockstar, and I'm just gonna let him talk about it, but I am gonna pause it a little bit because it's just the way things are.
About a union that they just started to form in order to push for better working conditions at the studio as it approached this final push towards the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. It was and still is called the Rockstar Games Workers Union, and things were going pretty well from what I was hearing at that.
So things were going good. The Rockstar North, you know, Discord was fine with them just making people aware of it or whatever they were doing. But then this happened, he said.
They've recruited just over 10% of the Rockstar workforce here in the UK, which is a crucial milestone to hit because that happens to be one of the criteria you need in this country in order to apply for what's called statutory recognition. That means even if the company doesn't want to voluntarily recognize your union, it doesn't matter. The government can force it to do so.
All right, and we're gonna stop there. So they kind of like forced their self upon the people at Rockstar because they had such a percentage, as you just heard from him, that it had to be complicit in alerting people to the actual union because they can't ignore them and act like they're not a union anymore because with the UK law, like he just explained, they are now.
There's other criteria you need to hit as well, but that 10% membership
So 10% membership is that qualifier.
is a biggie. So things were sounding hopeful, right? The union was actually just getting ready to announce its existence a bit more publicly. In fact, they were going to break that news on People Make Games. I was going to come up here, interview some of this.
And shout out to People Make Games. This was well put. This entire article, this video vlog video that they dropped it was this documentary, whatever you want to call it, this think piece that they just did on them was really good. It had me locked in. Like even my girl was watching it.
Talk to them about what they've been up to, about what they were planning to do next, and that was all going to happen a little bit later on this very month. And then, out of the blue, I received this email from one of its organizers. Hey, Chris.
All right, so I just wanted you to really see that. We're gonna go ahead. We'll pause this because whole time, man, I don't want to like blow this video off with copyright and stuff because I don't think that it will and stuff, but it might. It might. It might. Sorry about that. But it might. So we'll see. I'm trying not to, but we will see. I don't think we will because I'm going to probably cut it brief in a few minutes here because it's not really my main point anyway. It was just the point of gaming is cooked. Literally, just stinking cooked, bruh. So let's talk about it.
Without proper due course or any reasonable process. These firings were picked up by Bloomberg later that same day with Rockstar.
All right, so Bloomberg talked it. We're going to go back to that screenshot. So I just want to.
Hey Chris, as of yesterday, roughly 40 employees.
So as of yesterday, roughly 40 employees, specifically all members of the union, including the majority of the organizing committee of the union, have been let go from Rockstar without warning, without proper due course or any reasonable process. Now, I'm going to exit out of this just a little bit because we don't need to really dive into this anymore. The point is that well, we'll fast forward a little bit to why they were let go, and it was due to the protests. Um, let's just go back because they talked about it. It wasn't the protests, but now the people that are in support of them at Rockstar with the little seedling emojis, and we'll talk about that in a second. They have kind of shown their support within Rockstar. So there's kind of like a revolt going on within Rockstar, and it has me worried about GTA 6. I'm gonna be real. Like it actually has me worried about GTA 6, this specifically. Because why on earth do you have a revolt of sorts, like warriors type stuff? Like you got a revolt going on in Rockstar North where you have fired a bunch of people for shouting out and bringing awareness to this actual union. And then you turned around and because they are in the Slack chats inside of the actual company Slack, that if you're not aware of corporate stuff, Slack is just a messaging system like, Google Messenger or any other messenger you use. What can I equate it to that probably everybody has used? This is just a work messenger, bro, where everybody's in it. I forgot it used to not be Slack. It was another one. Um, Something. It was blue and white. I forget what it was. It was another one before Slack. It was blue and white. Slack's like orange and red or something like that. But here's the thing. That's not even important. They sat up and they were like changing policies that made Rockstar not be as fun. And let me expound upon that. They're doing that because they had a Discord server and they had it like Slack channels that were non-work related, where they were just talking about other games and pets and jobs have this type of stuff. I was just in the corporate environment here at my last, really all my jobs, and they have those type of channels. But in my last job, they were a little bit more freer. Like some of those companies like Rockstar, when you have big money like that and they have the freedom, you can do different cool stuff. So like we used to be able to have a Slack channel, talk about, games and TV shows. There was one for like Stranger Things. I used to be in there talking to the people about Hawkins and whatever the crap, right? Anyways, they have that at Rockstar North. At Rockstar North, they have it and they want people to go ahead and like engage with each other and make work better. Well, according to like some of the people in Rockstar who work there, that actually work there, they had restricted those Slack chats to work related only, first step. And the reasoning behind it was because they had a bunch of like seedling emojis being put next to your Slack name in support of the people that were fired for shouting out the union. And if you know about this, talk to me in the comments, because if I'm nervous about this, you should be nervous about this, because I'm anticipating Grand Theft Auto 6 to be the best game that has ever dropped. Literally. So if we don't get that, I know why. If it comes out looking like Saints Row, I know why. Okay? And that's not a shot at Saints Row. Like that game is who it's for and what it does what it's supposed to do. But I'm just saying, like, GTA ain't Saints Row. You get what I'm saying? So we don't want to quantify those two things next to each other as if they are the same thing. They're not. Moving on. They're putting the little seedlings up next to their name in support of the people that got fired at Rockstar North. Now, when they did that, it's basically like a dog whistle to the rest of the company. And I think that Rockstar North started to see more and more and more and more seedlings take over their company. And the way that type of emote works and the way that they were doing it, you're a part of something, kind of like the union. But instead, you're just standing up for what's right, and the people losing their jobs was just wrong. Right? Right. In my opinion. Now, from the company side, if I'm running a business and I have a bunch of people building a revolt under my feet and I can feel the embers getting hot, I'm going to put some water on that. You hear me? Simple and plain. That's just from the business side. So you got to understand like how they think about this stuff sometimes. I usually take myself out of a personal feeling of it and I try to like think about it like a person that's looking into the store trying to figure out how the bread's made. I'm telling you, Craig, I'm telling you, that to me, that is somewhat of an oppressive environment. And when you're in, and all workplaces have this too, because no matter what you do, they're going to have someone that is like that toxic person at the job who's just like, yeah, we don't care, just do it. Okay? And not care about if how it's affecting you and your health and your mental health and who you're supporting and what you're doing. Like the job be not caring about none of that. They want to see you work and put them hours in. And like I was just telling my girl the other day, like, look, some of these companies are now looking at how much money you actually bring into the company as an actual figure. And no, I'm not capping about this. They did it to me at my last job. When it was time to give me a raise and see what, even though I'm running a whole department, I'm doing this, I'm implementing new processes for our webinars, and I'm doing all this crazy stuff for this bills and for this business, quantifying growth for them. When it came to the numbers side of it, I only have been there for a year, so I can only accumulate so much money for the company. They use that against you as like a double-edged sword, and I was not given the raise that I was supposed to due to that. When you're in a toxic type of environment where they use weird stuff like that, it's going to be tough to really work at your best capacity. But back to the point of like Rockstar, right? They're in that oppressive environment, it seems like, and this is allegedly, this is reportedly or purportedly from this person that we're watching this video from. Now, in my opinion, I can see both sides, but I would be more apt to blame the company. And here's why. Not just because I'm not on the company side, but it's literally because they allowed them to do it. Okay? They allowed them to do it. Like, it's like letting a kid drink juice in the back of your Escalade, brand new Bentley Montega or something like that. Bentayga, whatever they call these stupid vehicles. I'm wanting a BMW M4. I don't care about that M5 me. You know, I want like a X7 or something. I don't care about those cars. But I will say this. It's like letting a kid drink juice in a expensive vehicle. And then you said, oh, go ahead. They don't have a lid on it. They're like 3 and they're just spilling juice on white carpet in your car. Like, you allowed it. You literally allowed it. You let them do it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, to me, it's nonsensical to then complain about how they're supporting the people that you fired when you allowed them to support the people that you fired. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, I gotta have more of these rants online because I swear I have these sensical conversations that's like sense. And then there's like no one that's online saying it. And I just wonder, like, are they getting snuffed out by the algo? I don't know. I don't know what's happening because like I feel like people feel me in what I'm saying right now. Like, come on. You let them put the seedlings in. You seen it happening. You only had a problem when they came up in the ranks and was able to start and approach real change, then you were mad about it. So to me, it's like, what is going on with that? A bunch of stuff just hit just now? Okay. But man, look, I'll wrap this up a little bit. I can't believe that Rockstar has really went about kind of almost alienating their workers and getting rid of them because they had a union uprising within the ranks. And I really hope that some of the brilliant minds that were in that development team are not gone. Because if they are, it's gonna be we might be getting another delay. And I was saying, like, I think Rockstar might have delayed, again, allegedly, purportedly, whatever you want to say. I think they went ahead and they delayed that game because some of these workers were a real instrumental part in them actually completing this game by that time frame, and they no longer have those people. Going down 25 workers will really hurt any business. It's a lot of people, especially in these small studios and game studios where they're not doing a whole lot. They're just all working on the game. So it's like, okay, you lost 25 of those people. I don't think that's not a good thing. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good thing. So, and then Craig says, I'm having this situation in my actual job, just facts. You become a number. And an actual number in what you make them is crazy. And they won't tell you. And I was in a company small enough that I was able to be privy to this stuff. But I'm telling you, when you're just a bigger number, you don't even know your number. You don't know your number. You don't know how much you make in a company. They are never going to tell you that information. I only knew because I had access to the numbers, because I had to have access to the numbers because I was a project manager. So there's like no other way that I could do my job without knowing what I'm making for the company via the project. So I don't know. They had to let me know that, right? So I have to know that. But when you're like even smaller of a number, and what I mean by that, not smaller in job title but I mean smaller in like cog size, like your cog size in the clock. The clock's moving, boop boop bleep bleep blurk blurk, and they're doing their thing, but you're just a singular cog in a mechanism. Now, if I go into the clock and I remove 25 freaking cogs, we are not going to have a fully functional clock. This thing gonna be skipping hours. Get what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all locking into the live stream. It's been a really lit one. I'm gonna pop back on Skate. Craig, Con Man, all y'all pop out on Skate. If you want to rock with the dog pound, we may even do some Madden stuff. It's early in the day, man. I've been on live for like a couple hours in this room, so I'm gonna go get me some grub. You'll see this live end unless you have the link, so save it, send it to yourself, do something like that if you want to go to the parts that you missed, but it will be unlisted unless you have the link so that I can go ahead and do my thing in the background. Wizardry. I'll see y'all in the next one. Hold on, my boy just said something. Imagine the pressure and workload those devs are getting right now. Bruh. You know that not even just Rockstar devs, and I'll end it on this note, not even Rockstar devs, Skate devs, Ghost of Yote devs, when they had their firestorm with the community and everybody was about to boycott that game, and some of them did. So like the gaming industry is very fickle, and you can really cook your game very quickly. Just like there's so many games we were supposed to get, but the investors didn't think that we should get them. So we just never got them. PT, right? So like there's just a ton, and there's more games that I could think that I just can't think of off the top of my head. Somebody throw one in there. I'll stay on for a few minutes because I do want to talk about that too now. Hey, Craig, you're good, man. Look, when it comes to the gaming industry, I was just talking about this in the comments. If y'all read the comments, you probably know what I'm about to say, but you might not. Probably 100% of y'all are not. The thing with gaming right now is it's cooked. And when you developed a game before, and I get it, man, everybody wants to use the excuse of the game being so hard to make now. I'm tired of hearing it. Don't make games if it's hard to make. If you want to make money making games, I don't want to hear you talking about how hard it is to make a game. I really don't. I do not care. You are making billions of dollars. Make it enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that. So what you should be doing is finding a way to hire more people to edge that down and maybe cut into some of the profits. But this is why gaming's cooked. The people who are actually controlling the games are not the players. They're not even the developers. Game developers love developing games. Players love to play games. Commentators love to comment about the games. The investors want money. Okay? So they want your bread. They want your money. They don't care about whether you have fun. That's the collapse of gaming. So whether you have fun has now hit the back burner. Before, you used to have a fun game for you to be able to sell said game. Now, they have built the companies up. It's kind of like our food too. They've built the companies up to the position to where they really don't have to give you a really, really fun game. They can give you an adequate amount of fun where it is very grindy, but you don't have to pay. So hey, you can't complain because it's free. Except that PlayStation Plus you paid $70 for. How free is that? Not free at all. So, Craig, you hit that right on the head. The devs love the game. We love playing the games. Commentators love making videos and talking about the games. But the people who are actually investing in the games and the investors, they don't like us. Bingo! Just oops. Didn't mean to spill the coffee. They don't like us. They don't like us having fun. So here's the thing. Gaming has become so fickle that they have now want you to pay for every minute of fun. If you think I'm lying, just look at any free-to-play game. You can't have a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun because skate is a ton of fun without paying a single cent. That's one thing I think people underestimate about that game. Game is super fun without paying a single dollar. I don't even care about clothes. I do it for the thumbnails, bruh, so that I can have crispy stuff and we're not putting the same outfit on the thumbnails. That's the only reason I do that. If it wasn't for that, I would not care. I'd be just running around skating. That's what the game's for. But if you're not a player and you're an investor, you don't care how hard the devs work. You don't care how not fun the game is. You're not caring how much meat and potatoes are actually missing from the game. You're really only caring about those meetings. So have you noticed something? In the gaming industry, everyone who does commentary videos or talks about gaming, Luke and IGN and who's another dude I be watching? Like, we ain't gonna shout too many people out, but those people, right? Like, Game Ranks, right? When they talk about like things that are gonna move the needle in the gaming industry, do you ever notice that the last 3 to 4 years, they only talk about investor calls? Okay? I just made a video talking about Rockstar's investor call and we might get a trailer if the investors like it and da 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 da. It's about the investors, bro. It's about the money on. They don't care about us. We just play the games and give them money. Like, customers in America have now been disrespected to the point to where they literally do not care about you. It's like, hey, suck it. Lack of a better term, like, bruh. Like, I don't know. Like, come on, man. That's the way I feel. The only game investors play is money. It's called Take Your Money On. That's the game they playing. Bro, like, oh my gosh. And it's so like literally apparent and visible, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. You come online. I make videos about how skate need to do this, skate need to do that. We need this, we need that. We talk to we're talking to Madden, we need this, we need that. Same game every year for Madden. COD. Let's talk about COD for 2 seconds before I get off here. COD comes on the scene, or Battlefield comes on the scene. Battlefront is Star Wars. Battlefield is an EA game, I do believe. Anyways, it's crazy because Battlefield came out and completely tutu blue hit that man Call of Duty straight in the noggin. You kidding me? Call of Duty so down bad it ain't even funny. They're trying to pay every single creator to say the game is good that they can. And everybody's just playing Battlefield. They don't care. So you got to understand, like, you could cook yourself. The companies are not beyond reproach. The companies are not beyond reproach. They are not. So if you vote with your wallet, which I voted with my wallet this year, you think I didn't want to play zombies? I wanted to play the Superior. Where you at? Pac-Man, where you at? Where my dogs at that know that I love zombies and I play zombies like the old ones on stream? Like, stop playing with me, bro. I'm a zombies head. You think I don't want to play zombies? I'm voting with my wallet this year. They will not get my money reusing assets anymore. And I could sit on here for another 45 minutes and talk about reused assets. We'll bring it over to the skate stream or something and I'll continue talking about it over there. But, bro, reused assets. Bro, you know what I'm talking about, Pac-Man. Reused assets are the death of gaming. And I shouldn't even have gave that title out to people. Like, that's a... Bro, you reuse assets are the death of gaming. Yeah, like, they're just reusing assets to the point where I feel like I'm playing MW2 Remake zombies. Like, what are you doing? It doesn't look different. The dark ether is the dark ether. Like, it don't look different. When you pick up an item, it don't look different. Madden don't feel different. Nothing feels different, man. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm so sick of this. You don't even know. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, bro. And on that note, it's been a blessed stream. I appreciate y'all locking in, bro. I'm going to get something to eat and I'll see y'all on skate. After that, you might see me on Madden or Zombies. I don't know. It's going to be a full day of streaming. So pop out. And yeah, I can even hear it in my voice right now through my own ears that it's a little raspy. I apologize. Talking a lot for an hour, man, and my throat was already not feeling the best. So we probably did some damage. Let me get a ginger ale in my system and some food. Like, comment, and hype this video, man, when you see this rendered and back up. We really hit some cool points on this one. Honestly, I felt like I just spoke for the people for like an hour and a half almost. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hype, turn on them notification bells. I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace.